Hey guys, I'm Pixel Dan, and this is a review of the Dollar General exclusive G.I. Joe Snake Eyes. Continuing to take a look at this amazing wave of exclusive figures at Dollar General stores, we're going to take a look at another figure that is based on a classic representation of a mainstay G.I. Joe character. Now, Snake Eyes comes in this exclusive Dollar General cardback packaging. The cardback is a lot smaller than a normal G.I. Joe card, and features the Arashikage logo in the back, along with G.I. Joe logo up top. It's really basic and simple in design, but I gotta say, I still prefer these over the current G.I. Joe Retaliation cardbacks. And then the back of that cardback gives us a look at the other figures released in the exclusive Dollar General wave. Now, as you can probably tell if you're a longtime G.I. Joe collector, this particular Snake Eyes is based on original Snake Eyes figure from 1991. This was a very common Snake Eyes figure back then. In fact, it was the first Snake Eyes that I owned. So, when I was a kid, this is how Snake Eyes looked to me most of the time. And that right there is one of the things that made me really want to get this figure. So Snake Eyes is wearing his blue and black outfit, complete with the red goggles and silver mask over his face. He's got a cool gray vest that he's wearing over the body there. And that gray vest piece is actually removable on this figure. There's just a small peg that you can unplug it, and then you can pull it over the figure, so that way if you would like to display him without the gray vest, it definitely is possible. Now, the details on the figure are actually pretty good. They're basic. It's a simple paint job with just straight blacks and blues, but it just looks really cool, and it absolutely harkens back to that original figure from 1991. Now, as far as the articulation goes on Snake Eyes, it's actually very good. You can move the head left and right and slightly up and down. He's got the ball hinge joints at the shoulders, allowing for a full range of motion, a swivel right above the elbow, a regular elbow bend, a swivel at the wrist. The torso rocks, even with the gray vest on. He's got the ball pin joints on the legs, allowing for a good range of motion there. He has double jointed knees, which is always really nice, a swivel at the ankle, and a bend at the ankle. So lots of great articulation, very standard for a good G.I. Joe action figure, and can get you a lot of great posability out of him. One of the other things I really like is the fact that Snake Eyes does include a G.I. Joe figure stand. It's just a straight black stand with the G.I. Joe logo on top. There's no actual nameplate on it, but a G.I. Joe must come with an action figure stand in my opinion, so I'm very happy that these Dollar General figures are including them. Now, as far as accessories go, Snake Eyes only includes one, just a straight black sword. It's a nice accessory, though. It could fit in either one of his hands. You don't have a sheath or anywhere to holster the sword on this particular figure, but he can hold it very nicely, and you can kind of get a two-handed pose out of it. It's not great, but it does look best single-handedly held. Alright guys, it's comparison time! Here's this new version of Snake Eyes alongside my original 1991 Snake Eyes that I had when I was a kid. I love looking at these two side by side. It's a great update. The goggles are a little smaller on the new one and not quite as big, and I think that does kind of take away from the overall look, but I really love this update. And again, I just think it's so cool that we're getting these new repaints that harken back to these original figures from the 90s. You know, it's hard to believe that Dollar General stores are getting such cool G.I. Joe figures right now. And it's a shame because they're so hard to come by. But they're so cool. The early 90s is when I was buying a lot of G.I. Joes, so I had a lot of those crazy, outlandish, brightly colored action figures. And those are what I played with when I was younger. So I think these really cool updated figures that harken back to those really tug at my nostalgic heartstrings. I just absolutely love it. Yeah, the figure is mostly a rehash of other parts from other various figures right now, but it just looks so well together, and does a great job of capturing the look of this classic action figure. Now, Snake Eyes can be found right now on store shelves at Dollar General, but like I said, they're a little hard to come by. So happy hunting, and until next time!